stories. Persons urged to help curb illegal dumping of e-waste and white goods. Mia Motley continues her defense of small island developing states in the face of climate impacts. And Joe Biden unveils Latin America plan at Summit of the Americas. Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Midday Newscast. Today is Thursday, the 9th of June, 2022. I'm Jason Davis. Nationally, owners of broken electronic devices such as laptops and game consoles, as well as white goods such as appliances, are strongly encouraged to confirm that their waste is properly disposed of at the Connery landfill in order to avoid breaking the law. Illegal dumping of these e-waste items is an issue that authorities have found to be common in some areas, and a public relations campaign is warning against such, and violators are subject to be penalized under the law. Nayama Mgonela is responsible for marketing and communications at the Solid Waste Management Corporation, and while appearing on the June 8th edition of Working for You, she said the owners must inform the corporation if a third party is disposing of the items on their behalf.
When you give someone your waste to dispose for you, especially e-waste and white goods, ensure that you receive a receipt, because that person has to come to the landfill. When they get there, it's weighed and they are charged. So unless you see that ticket, I don't know if you can withhold payment, but ensure you get that ticket, because when we look at the evidence and your name is on it, we're going to be charging you.
Ms. Mganela added that the illegal dumping of e-waste and white goods can be hazardous.
Of course, some of these chemicals and toxins that exist in these objects can be quite lethal to our health and the environment as well. And remember, at the end of the day, if that is dumped into the guts, it ends up in the ocean, the marine life, which we also still consume, so it affects us. If we dispose of that on land, of course, the soil, once again, it affects us.
She said proper disposal can be done at the landfill and personal responsibility must be taken by all involved. The police have been updating the public on the Electronic Crimes Act, which was established to prohibit the unauthorized access to computer systems and devices, and also to prevent the misuse and abuse of information stored on computers. This, according to Sergeant Jerry Watt from the White Collar Crime Unit during his appearance on ZIZ Radio's program, Policing with You, on Thursday. He added that the act also covers any electronic device that can process or store data automatically upon command, which would include cell phones, tablets, game consoles, and smart TVs. Constable Daniel Davey, also from the White Collar Crime Unit, outlined a number of offenses that can be found under the Act.
This Act covers a number of offenses, which includes computer-related forgery, computer-related fraud, data espionage.
Data espionage?
Correct.
Okay.
Interfering with data, interfering with computer systems, unlawful disclosure of access codes. But two of the more prevalent ones that we see are child pornography and unlawful communication.
Sergeant Watt explained that those offenses are investigated by the White Collar Crimes Unit and the Criminal Investigations Department.
The police force has a cybercrime unit.
Yes.
That unit generally they process computers, they analyze computers. In terms of investigating these crimes, we have the white collar crimes, the CID. These are the department that might investigate offenses of such. So if someone is a victim of an unlawful communication, for example, some person has published on their status some message calling you a thief, or calling you the words that you don't believe is suits your character, and that person who is the subject of the message feels intimidated or harassed or molested, now that person could make a report to the police and we could investigate that offense and the person could be held liable.
He added that persons also have the option of going to their lawyers to sue the individual who committed the offense of unlawful communication. Now for a bit of sport. Action continued in the SKNFA Division 1 League on Tuesday with wins for Sandy Point FC and Trinity Challengers FC. Andre Huey has more in this report.
KFC Trinity Challengers FC crushed Molineux 7-0, while E&K Minimart Sandy Point continued their winning ways with a 3-2 victory over Mantab FC in SKNFA Division 1 action on Tuesday at the Kim Collins Stadium in Bird Rock. Scoring for Sandy Point, Elizandai Warner in the 61st minute and Joel Brown scoring twice in the 50th and 80th minutes. Mantab goal scorers Kamel French in the 36th minute and Eversley Davis in the 78th minute. The game, however, ended with both teams ending with 10 players as Kadeem Lowry of Mantab received his second yellow card in the 83rd minute, while Abidjan Woodley was sent off with a straight red card for using abusive, insulting or abusive language toward a match official. In the second match of the doubleheader, Jody Walters scored a hat-trick for Trinity Challengers FC in the 10th, 18th and 35th minute. Clyde Herbert scoring in the 27th minute, Deshaun Billinghurst in the 32nd minute, Adrian Tobias in the 56th minute, and Kimron Keynes in the 61st minute, giving a 7-0 victory for Challengers over Molineux. The score was 5-0 at half-time. Coach of Trinity Challengers FC, Oren Hughes, said whenever his players show up, they are a match for any team in Division 1.
We've always said once we show up with our numbers, none of the teams in the second division can actually vie against the quality that we have. And it's shown tonight, even though Mantab, Molineux were somewhat less of a team. The knocking of the ball was what I was expecting.
The SKNFA Division 1 continued on Wednesday.
Regionally, the harmful effects of industrial practices by developed countries on the environment and small